Hello everybody. It is Saturday. Oops. Upside down. Upside down Saturday. That might be a good way. I gotta wait for it to load. It's 9:05. I think it's August 21st. But we'll verify it here shortly. I didn't really have anything on my mind. I got some new glasses. I've upgraded. Instead of buying $2 reading glasses, I spent $18 on these. Real glass. You got a little blue in it. Got a thing going today. Alright, it's August 21st. It's confirmed. Want to see it? I really don't have anything on my mind. So I thought I would just do a rundown of what I do in the morning. I usually fall asleep to an old-time radio broadcast. It's hard to find any good ones. They're all about murder and intrigue and all that good stuff. Let's see. First thing I did this morning is I went over to England to see what they all were doing. And they're talking about this Afghanistan withdrawal fiasco. And all the parliamentary procedures and questions. And I'm thinking, that's about the last thing the military needs. They're trying to get people out of there. And then I went over to Australia. And in Sydney and Melbourne, people are rioting because of mandatory vaccines for little kids. And so the police are, can you imagine? 5 or 6 policemen, I don't call them cops, and they pick on one person, they spray him with pepper spray, and then 5 of them dog tag him, knock him to the ground, and handcuff him. Well, after that, I checked on the prices of gold, which I don't really care what the price of gold is since I don't have any. And then I went over, check on my friend, and he was talking about Venezuela and how the United States might become like them, where the stock market just keeps going up and up and up and up, and the value of the dollar keeps going up and up, and the price of things go up and up as the shelves get empty. And then I went over to the Pentagon, listened to their live update, and this has been like 7 or 8 days since Afghanistan has fallen and can't get up. I could tell something was on their mind, which wasn't anything good. Let's see, then there was the updates from across the country in the United States. And the reason I got up early is because FedEx was supposed to bring me something today. And of course they didn't. And their website for delivery confirmation has been down all week. Coincidental, I'm sure. And naturally they didn't show up. So as long as they show up sometime. And let's see. Then I checked on my email. And then I went over to my chat room, which is Texas News Studio. You can find me there anytime. It's a great bunch of like-minded people. And we just talk about stuff that's going on. And of course, today was a Sabbath. I know I'm not a Seventh-day Advent. A group of us do get together on Saturdays and pray and talk about the Bible, because I did farmer markets for 35 years, and every Saturday I was at the market, And every Friday night when everybody was out partying, I was getting my stuff ready for the market. And then I went back over to Sky News Live, and they didn't have anything very positive to say about the airport at Kabul. People getting crushed. Seen a few white body bags. Saw a lot of children hungry, starving, burning up in the heat. No milk, no food, but plenty of bottled water that they were pouring on their head instead of drinking. And then there's this Great Britain news. They were doing editorials. And then I went over to the German news, and they were just simply talking about sports. And then I heard this Floyd Ray Rosenberry, who parked his pickup and did a Facebook Live in front of the Library of Congress. They nailed him. He'll probably never get out of jail again. Let's see. Anti-protest turned violent in Australia. The GOP's governor's press secretary gets a Twitter suspension, but the Taliban doesn't. Go figure. And then I saw this ad that I don't usually click on ads, but it's called Orcam, and it will read a book for you. It's not hooked up to the internet. I thought that is a great idea. And of course, anybody can have it for $1,000. So I guess I'll put that on my bucket list. So the Taliban was wearing United States uniforms, mocking us. Talked with one of my good friends, and he was wondering how come the Taliban all have brand new equipment. Because anybody who's trained or been out in the field knows about day 2, your tools get a little scruffed up, roughed up. And I didn't tell him. He wanted to know what we thought was the reason for that. I almost said made in China, but you never know who's listening. And then I went to the AP, and is ISIS a threat, causing changes to evacuations at Kabul airport? Then I ran over to tropical storm warnings for Cape Cod and evacuations. And then I went over to Twitter to see what was going on there. And they didn't have much good news to say about Kabul. I guess a warehouse caught on fire and was spreading to neighboring communities because there is no water and there is no active fire department there. Let's see. And Greece is building a wall. They started it in part in 2015 debacle, and they finished some more today. 40 clicks. How far is that? 80 miles? And then both ends are open, so all you gotta do is just come around the end of the fence. Shiite Muslims in Kabul cut themselves with swords at the Shia festival after Taliban takes control. And I watched that for a while, and it's like, these people are insane. And let's see what else. Oh, I spent about 30 minutes looking at old vintage ads from the 50s and the 40s and the 30s. Oh, I thought about stealing a couple of them and posting them online, but I'd probably get restricted now. But you can find it under vintage ads you won't believe existed. And then somehow I went down a rabbit hole. I didn't know this about Matt Lauer. Looks like he was a tomcat. Let's see what else. Boy, I hit a bunch of links on that one. The first Afghanistan evacuees I almost said refugees, but they're evacuees, arrive in Germany. Claims of cognitive decline and incompetent behavior. Guess who, Uncle Joe? Let's see, what else? Boy, I was busy today. Chris Wallace has had a falling out with Joe Biden. Desperate crowds swell at Kabul airport. Donald Trump had a rally this evening. Sleepy Joe has gone home for the weekend. He needed his rest. Then I went to the church meeting online, and we talked about some interesting stuff. But that 9/11/2021 is on a Saturday or a Sabbath, and Hilly was thinking no judgment would come on a Sabbath. But I don't see it here, but I know I saw a link. The Central Bank of New York is holding all of Afghanistan gold, which is, I don't know, $2 billion worth in gold ingots, and how and saw the map that there is a corridor between Afghanistan and China through a single pass. And I know about that because I read the histories of Genghis Khan and his family. Supposedly there's some sort of a low-level flying missile with 10 warheads that's undetectable and goes like 7 times the speed of sound. Somebody said get out of New York City. Well, I'm not in New York City, and I don't even buy my salsa from there, so. All right. Oh, and then somebody posted something about Twitter. I won't go into that. Oh, let's see. U.S. rare weather warning. See, I need to talk. And then I found this one really interesting. I don't know how to copy and paste it, but Abbott and Costello were around today. This would be the updated version of Who's on First. That was pretty funny. Basically, the story, if you know about who's on first, where's on second, and who knows on third, and this talks about, I can't get in the hospital because I'm vaccinated. You can get in the hospital if you wear a mask. Okay, I'm wearing a mask. Well, you can't come in because you're not vaccinated. Well, I thought the mask was supposed to prevent me from infecting anybody, and if everybody's in there is vaccinated, then why can't I go in there? So you can imagine. I may post it. I don't know. If there's a request, send me an email and I'll send it to you. Oh, let's see. Intelligence agencies throw Biden under the bus. I wonder if Pompeo had anything to do with that. America's meltdown, a shortage of everything, which brings me back to where's FedEx. And of course, many articles about where did the Taliban get all this new gear. Your shipment's on the way. No, it's not. It didn't get here. Probably wake me up in the morning. Oh, and then something I've talked about. Mass psychosis is the most viable explanation for what we're seeing in America. If you want that link, email me. It's a little too dicey to put on YouTube. Tom T. Hall. Dogs, children, and watermelon wine passed. And let's see. Went over and chit-chatted with my friends at Jam Chat, which is where I'm learning to read music, to fumble with the guitar. And I wish I'd have started out with piano like I did when I was 8 years old. But that's that in the world of what I do during the day. Besides cooking my own meals, washing my dishes, my little peepers that are now 3 weeks old, they're good to go. These are a really good batch. I don't know if I'm getting better at it. Oh, they're quiet. They're on their own. They eat, they drink. All I gotta do is go in and service and clean up the mess. Okay. Well, I see I'm wearing a different shirt than in these other videos, so I guess I'll delete them so I can save this one. Thank you. Can't believe the time has flown so fast. If anybody would like to see me go live, because it's so embarrassing to go live and nobody shows up. Y'all have a good day. A good Sunday. Ice cream, anyone?